Good morning, everyone. It is February 1st. It is the first of the month, and we here at Harvested Financial are looking at the markets. So today we are going to pull up what other than GME, GameStop. It is the stock that everyone is talking about and the only thing on investors' minds today. We have so much to say about this and so many interesting things going on in GameStop today that we just can't help ourselves. But instead of going for some of these crazy trades, we're going to look at what a basic covered call looks like. So I'm going to pull up my Trade Hawk here for everyone. And, here we go. So before we totally get into GameStop, I want to talk about what's going on in the markets overall. So we've got SPY up $4 today. Big rally overnight. While futures opened down a little bit, picked up quite a bit early in the session. So up a little over 1% after yesterday's rout. Friday's rout. We got the Qs that are up $4 themselves, 1.42%. And we have IWM that is also up 1.2% or $2.50. So bit of a rally coming back in the markets today. But of course, what else can we talk about but GameStop? Everyone's favorite main stunk out there. So I've got GameStop up here, and we're trading right around 314 now. So there's obviously been a lot of really interesting activity going on here. A lot of brokers have to put restrictions on their clients due to the increased requirements that they have at the DTCC. So while it might sound like those brokers are out there to get you, they are actually just fulfilling their regulatory requirements. So net capital is a complicated and arcane regulatory concept, but unfortunately that means that ultimately comes down and gets passed through to investors at the end of the day. So while there are a lot of restrictions, it does actually seem to be somewhat curbing the volatility overall in the name. So what are we going to look at today here? It is Monday, and we were talking about covered calls. So I want to see what a regular old covered call would look like in GameStop. So the extent that you're long shares, maybe you've been long shares for a while and you've totally ridden this mania. I know many people are promising not to sell and they want to hold with their diamond hands, but one way to alleviate that risk is, of course, with options and writing covered calls against your stock positions. So just going out to February, so the February 5th, 4 days from now, vol is around 750. So vols above that level start to get kind of meaningless. What does a 750 vol mean versus an 800 vol versus a 1000 vol? Well, I don't really know. So that's why we always like to talk about straddle pricing here. And the straddle right now at the 315 level is trading just over $200. So the 4-day straddle is 2/3 of the current stock price. That's insane. Meaning if you buy that straddle, stock needs to move below $115 or above $515 for you to make money on that. Actually looks like vol's starting to come in just a bit here. But one way to play this, like I said, you're long the stock, you've made some money from it, kudos to you, love investors getting out there and finding these loopholes and profiting from them. But what would you do to sell against this? So if I sell the 320 call, that's around 99 bucks. Because vol is so insane, the 330 call is around 95 bucks also. The 337 call is up at 93. So you have to go all the way up to 370 before you hit 80 bucks in that call. So you would, because vol is so high, you can give yourself even more cushion to the upside and collect only marginally less premium. So the idea being you collect 100 bucks at 315, but if you want to give yourself $25 more potential upside, all the way up to 340, you'd only collect $8 less for that $25 of additional potential upside. When stock's moving around like this, that might be worth it. You know, those extra $8, how much are they really gonna matter to you ultimately compared to the additional 25 that you get if you're really bullish on this name? So really high implied vol means you can give yourself quite a distance of upside before your short call will kick in. So we're just looking at the February 5th. What if we go all the way out to February 19th? So the at the monies, the 320s, they don't have 315s listed in this month, but the 320s are trading around 136 bucks. Not that much more. I guess it's 30% more premium, but the straddle overall is around 270 in this month. So definitely even more, a greater percentage of the stock price. But really, so much of this vol is in that front month. What we're really expecting to see here is a lot of action in the next couple weeks. But if you go all the way up in Feb to the 500 level, we collected $93 in Feb 5th at the 310 level. If you go out to Feb 19th, you can collect $93 at the 500 level. So that's quite a bit of difference there. And so that just shows like what the effects of time and volatility will do. Feb's 19 is actually still trading around 550 vol. So of course an astronomical vol figure, but some really interesting considerations to think about here as you're potentially placing a covered call here. You collect the same amount of money and have $150, $190 of upside actually, in Feb 19th compared to what you would get in Feb 5th. So a lot of really interesting things in GameStop going on right now. It showed some really interesting vol pricing, how we can actually take advantage of a covered call to give ourselves, $90 or $100 of potential downside coverage and protection in terms of cash. But of course, all of the implications of what it means to trade this stock, what all the plumbing and arcane details of the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation that have come out. So love watching these kinds of stocks, love seeing people getting out there and make money. We at Harvested Financial, no matter what the stock is, whether it's a 550 vol stock or whether it's a boring old 20 vol stock, covered calls can be a really interesting way of managing your position, generating some income from your holdings, and doing them systematically allows you to stay exposed to the premia that exist in options markets. So be sure to tune in every day, mash the subscribe button. We are live every day doing the Daily Bread, 8:35 Central, 9:35 Eastern. You can also check us out on our Twitter account at harvested_DAFE, because derivatives are for everyone, and we'll be churning out systematic option strategies every day that will keep investors exposed and benefiting from option strategies across all environments. So thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you again tomorrow.